you to KwaZulu-Natal now, where the Premier Nomusa Dube-Ncube will be delivering emergency aid to flood victims today. Now, she'll be joined by diplomats from the Southern African Development Community. The handing will take place at a temporary emergency accommodation in the Durban CBD. Our reporter Letiwe Mdluli is on that story and joins me now for more. Thank you very much for your time this morning, Letiwe. And it's quite encouraging that it's not just a KZN initiative to help those that have been impacted, but it's the entire Southern African region that has come on board to help with the plight of what these people are going through. Tell us a little bit about what is exactly going to be going down today.
Well, Rafael, we do understand that the Premier, along with the diplomats, will be giving away humanitarian aid to the flood victims that were affected by the floods last year in April. You'd remember that over 6,000 families in KwaZulu-Natal, especially in Durban, were affected by the floods and they were left displaced. And after that, they were placed in community mess centers, which were community halls across the city. And for months, they were begging the government to relocate them to proper housing, and the Department of Human Settlements here in the province, working together with the Premier's office, they did make a promise to them saying that before the 25th of December in 2022 they would be moved. And right now we're actually in one of the buildings that these flood victims have been relocated to. I just want to show you the kitchen and along with the building that these flood victims have been located in. This is the communal kitchen we do understand that they use as the families that have been placed here. We do understand that it's 95 families that are living here, and these families will be receiving these donations today. I also want to take you through and show you these flood victims are currently living in. I also want to bring them in and see coping so far, because we do understand that since 15 December they've been placed here by the Premier's office and also the government here in the province. So we're also going to be speaking to them. I just want to try and find attempts to speak to Rafiwa, just to hear about their experience and how they've been coping so far. Okay, I'm finding people in this room. I want to bring them in. Sanbonan was Sanjan. Ngiyaphila nami. Thank you so much ukuthi nisjoyine ka ENCA. Ngicela ukubuza nje ukuthi since nihlalile la since umhla ka 15 December nihleli kanjani? Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi ugovernment wafika wazonibeka la. Ngani ngichazele nje ukuhlala kwenu ukuthi nihleli kanjani coming from ama community hall.
Imndeni hlele ingane zami ezu2 mina la umama la hlele ingane zakhe ezu2 asitholi kudla. Enye into
ningathi mhlawumbe sizweni elidingayo njengoba efikile nje uPremier cause uyena owanibeka kule ndawo bethi mhlawumbe nizothola indawo engconywana then ama community halls iluphi usizweni elidingayo
ukuthi basihlukanise ke sihleli temporary la basihlukanise ngemndeni umuntu ahlale nomndeni wakhe basiprovide ngokudla ingane azina ayikho into esinikezwa yona grant yeingane kuphela nje kulungiswe yonke into ngoba ingcini high school ingatholi ngisho transport yonke into asitholi lutho nje thina
zikhona mhlawumbe ingane la efunda umatric iziphi idingo ezidingayo
I-transport because azikwazanga ezinye azikwazanga ukushintsha izikole because bathi kuzoba nzima i-transport abathe bayicela because basemlazi izikole abafunda kuzona.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu. What is saying to me, she's basically saying that since they've been placed here, there's a lot of needs that they need in terms of food and also help with learners that are currently staying here. She is saying that they need transportation because they were moved from townships such as Umlazi and also Isipingo. Majority of the families that are here come from those townships and apparently they are now living in the CBD, which is quite a distance for them to to then transport their children to school, because majority of the people that are living here also do not have jobs. I want to bring in Umay as well and just ask her about her experience. Ma, ngiyabonga kakhulu ukuthi ungijoyine. Ngicela ukubuza nje from your side ukuthi wena since nahlala la nihleli kanjani?
Hey, okusiphethe kabi kakhulu ukuthi ngesikhathi ungqongqoshe simuze ekhuluma emaredweni wathi sihleli kahle, abantu ubabekile, umuntu nomndeni wakhe uzoba namakamera u2 negumbi lokuphumula nekhishi. Kodwa manje uma sesifika lana sathola ukuthi akwenzeki lokho. Kunalokho erumini elilodwa siba imndeni u2 noma 3 noma 4. Manje kwenza ukuthi lokho sibone ukuthi awukho umehluko njenganasehholo, ngoba sikuthi sisesehholo kahle kahle. Manje awuna privacy lana, kusafana nje nokuthi sisahlele ehholo. Okunye kusiphethe kabi kakhulu, siyafa indlala. Sineyingane ehholo kwakungconywana ngoba besikaze sikwazi nokuphuma sibamba amatoho lawo ensuku amawashing nama-ironing ukwazi ukuthi uthenge lokho kuyethunjini. Manje lana sihlele sidependele kule grant. Okunye futhi ke okusiphathe kabi futhi ukuthi i-transport ize yafika ngomsombuluko. Lokho zavula izikole, izingane aziye esikoleni. Ezinye nje phakathi kwazo khona neze high school nezinye ezenza grade 11 zihlela ama uniform awekho, akuna stationery, akunabo bag. Siphila ngegrant ngoba amafema amaningi nawo angenwa amanzi aseyathutha amanye. Asisasebenzi uningi lethu, sidependele kulama grant. Manje stationery asikho. Izingane kwathiwa abahloli bathe izingane zingene ngama uniform ebezwagqoka lapho zazifunda khona, ezingenawo zingene ngemswenko. Kwa manje okukhulunywa abahloli nokukhulunywa othisha mase sifike ezikoleni akufani, izingane azivunyela ukuthi azingene. Lokho kwavula izikole khona izingane ezingafundi ngenxa yama uniform.
Ungqongqoshe uyeza namhlanje uzonikeza amanye ama donation aqhamuka kwamanye ama countries ala kwi-SADC region. Ikuphi nifuna ukumtshela kona?
Sifuna ukumtshela ukuthi sicela ukuhlala ngokukhululeka. U2 years mude kabi sihleli siyama families awu3 kuya ku4 endlini eyodwa. Nokuthi siyafa indlala. Uningi lwethu si under ama treatment angafani. And the rest sineyingane kakhulu. Kasikade sithola ngisho amanapkeni, sithola ukudla kweingane. Yebo siyavuma, siyakwazi ukuthi siyipatanisele ngegrant, kodwa lokho kudla akuqedi ngisho 3 weeks. Kuwesi manje njengoba sekuvulwe nezikole, ingane kumele zibe nemkhero, ayikho le mali yegrant. Kumele wenze yonke into ngale mali yegrant. Bese ngajabula ukuthi basenzele icontract for i-transport yeingane ezoqeda lo 2 years, kungathi phakathi nendawo bese kuba namaginqiginqi sekuyala futhi izingane zihlala phansi zingafundi, ekubeni izingane ziye late nasesikoleni kade zavula izikole. Kuyimanje khona esisahlaliswe ama uniform.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu ma. Rofiwa, ma is just basically reiterating what the other lady said in terms of pupils who are living here being unable to reach their schools, not having proper transport, and also she is saying that they need uniforms for them. They need basically a plan and the government's interventions in helping them, because majority of them who are living here are unemployed, like I said, and they cannot afford to send their children to schools in Umlazi and Isipingo. But I want to also bring in another person. I want to ask them about what they've been told by governments. How long are they going to be staying here? I want to find out from you. Government usawantshela ukuthi nizohlala isikhathi esingakanani la?
Cha, besingangatshela ukuthi sohlala isikhathi esingakanani. Safike sabekwa nje ngomhla 15 December. Sahlala kanjalo. Besingangatshelwa asazi ukuthi sohlala isikhathi esingakanani. Asazi ukuthi from here siya kuphi. But human settlement ufikile wazosayinisa ama-title. Siyabona ukuthi okay kukhona la siyakhona, but besingangatshelwa ngendlela eright egcwele. So siyayicabangela. Okwesibili siyacela ukuthi ugovernment usiprovide kama programs like sifunde yabo ama skills, because siyafuna ukusebenza asisebenzi siyintsha, so singagcina sesenza izinto ezingekho right yabo, like ama drugs, like dayisa umzimba kanjalo. Indawo esihleli kuyona ikhosta kakhulu konzima, ukuya drobheni imali, kudinga imali. So nje siyadinga ukuthi nathi sizokwazi ukuthi senze izinto sibe nama skills, then sikwazi futhi nanonqonqoza sifuna imisebenzi.
Ngicela ukubuza ukuthi njengoba nihleli la inini nikhokhela ugesi, inini nikhokhela amanzi?
no, asikhokhe lutho.
Yeah.
But as inesicelayo ukuthi sicela ukuthi sihlalise umuntu ahlale nomndeni wakhe, because abantu abaningi bayagula. Kuyenzeka ukuthi ngiyagula ngifihle ngingakwazi ukumtshela oroommate wami ukuthi ngiyagula. Then ngalesikhathi ngigula asifani abanye abantu banama-city for counterparts banamathuba abaningi ukuthatha izifo lezi ezithelelanayo njengo-TB. So ngihlala nomuntu siyavala lapho sobonke siyaphefumulelana. So akukho safe and asinayo privacy.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu sis.
Yeah.
So, Rafiel, what the lady is basically saying is that they're also asking for government to intervene in terms of placing them with their families, because what she's saying is that they don't have enough privacy in this area or in these rooms that they've been placed in. We do understand that different families have to share a room. We do understand that 95 families are currently in this building, and these are the families that will be receiving these donations. But what they are saying is that it still feels like they are in these community halls because they are placed together with other families, and some of them are not well, some of them are ill, and they can get infected by just sharing a room, because it is quite a small room. But of course, they do have beds, they do have a kitchen. I saw that they also have bathrooms here, but the families are saying that they need government to intervene and tell them exactly as well when they will be moved, and they just need a bit of privacy. That's what they're asking for. We will be speaking to the Premier because we do understand that she's already arrived. I want to ask these questions and see what kind of answers they're going to provide, because it took them about 8 months to move these families from community halls last year. And right now what the flood victims are saying is that they haven't been told how long they're going to be placed in these temporary housing units and where they will be moved following this.
And I remember as we approached Christmas, Lethiwe Mdluli, the Premier was quite proud of the initiative of moving people out of community halls into these temporary housing structures, only for us to discover this morning that the situation is as bad as it was back at those community halls. I do hope that you get to speak to the Premier and that she can give certainty to these families that seem to be living in undignified manners at the moment. That is reporter Lethiwe Mdluli out in KZN giving us an update on the conditions that families that were affected by the floods are living in, the donations that will be made by the Premier as well as SADC delegates, and also just the situation that these people have been left to live in since they were moved from community halls. The Premier, as I said, was quite proud of that initiative, saying that these families would get to have a Christmas in their own temporary homes, only for us to see what we've just seen from Lethiwe Mdluli.